You know, I'm still trying to get used to all of this again. It's terrible. Anyway, welcome everybody. Sorry that What the Fuck Tuesday is taking place on What the Fuck Thursday instead. But you know, it is what it is. And for those of you who missed the show that I did, trying to get myself, I wanted to explain to you guys why I had been gone for so long. If you missed it, look for this show. This is the one right here. It says Black Women in Strokes. Look for that, and then you'll hear the whole complete dragon drama of what went on and what I'm still going through the recovery process. But that's why I was gone for those 2 months. Okay, so I'm glad to see everybody. Where my girl Shay at? And you guys, I'm still, my brain is really still like half functioning. Um, and usually I, have a lot of witty responses and snarky snark and stuff. I'm gonna do the best I can, okay? And if I start getting tired, then I will have to stop and, do the rest maybe another day. But um, so for Candace only put 16 questions in, which should be pretty doable, I hope. I missed you guys too. It's funny as it is, the chatter that you keep up in the chat rooms is always very entertaining. So I missed that too. Let me adjust this up some. So I'm hunching over. I don't like that feeling. And it's always very entertaining interacting with you. So I miss those giggles. So let's get started. This is What the Fuck Tuesday. It's a relationship advice column that we do live. We try to do it every Tuesday. I can't lie and say that, it's always going to be that way. But if you have a question that you would like to submit to this for an upcoming show, that's where you do it. I'll leave that on for a minute where you, for those of you who aren't really used to the story here, the way that we run things, anyway, that's how you submit your question. You don't ask them right now, not today. These questions have already been submitted by other people. And so my cousin Candace reviews them. She puts them in a document, and then I read them and try to come up with some kind of response off the cuff. Okay? So there you go. If you missed it on the screen, you can just click the show description box down below, expand the box, and hit the link that says get free advice. So that's what you do. Okay? So let's get started. You got question number 1. It's a young lady in the 28 to 34 age group with writing about a young man also in the same 28 to 34 age group. And she says, I am 29 and I have been dating my boyfriend. He is 32 for 4 months. Over the course of our short relationship, it has become very apparent to me that he is extremely sensitive to rejection. Oh, Lord. When he has brought up the fact that his feelings were hurt by something I said or did that he perceived as rejection, I will first try to patiently and compassionately explain the intention behind my words and actions and that it was not meant as a rejection. However, he becomes very defensive and aggressive in these moments, feeling that his overreactions are completely justified. I have tried to explain that when he responds in anger and accusation, it pushes me to respond defensively, and this leads to a full-blown argument as I end up feeling unfairly blamed. I think this happens in a lot of relationships, quiet as it's kept, right? Women just don't want to talk about it, but I think this happens a lot. He feels that I shouldn't feel the need to defend myself because I have made him feel worthless. Wow. If I express any frustration or agitation with his behavior, he responds self-righteously and claims that I am not respecting his needs. Ideally, I should not respond this way, but I am not perfect and his accusations do trigger me in the moment. Here are a few examples of things that he has felt rejected over. Number 1, he called me on the phone while I was on the bus. I declined the call and immediately texted him to let him know that I was on my way home and would call him back when I got there. Number 2, he wanted me to move in with him after only 4 months of dating. I explained to him that I did not feel ready to take such a significant step in the relationship yet. I have never cohabited with a partner before. Oh shit, this one looks long. She gave like all kind of examples. I know Samara Elizabeth laughing at patiently and compassionately, me too. I was like, what are we writing a Danielle Steele novel? What's going on here? Number 3, he offered to come by after work one day. but got out later than usual and knew I was planning to go to the gym when my work day finished. I work from home. He seemed to be giving me an option as to whether he should come over or not. I suggested we talk on the phone that evening instead, as we were planning to see each other the next day anyway. And he lives an hour away from me, so that would have been a long commute for just a short visit. All of these times I declined something resulted in huge emotional reactions from him in which he would blame me for his emotions and find ways to punish me, either by canceling plans we had later in the week. Oh no, 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 no. Or in the case of the morning of the moving in fight, by telling me he loved me less now and we might have to break up over this. I'm at a loss of how to navigate this. He does have some very wonderful qualities. He can be very kind, caring, attentive, and compassionate. She must love that word. And we have a lot in common in terms of our interests. This extreme sensitivity to rejection is, however, a major stumbling block in the relationship. I don't know that I'm willing to end the relationship based on this. I am also very alone and have no other support system in my life, which probably makes me want to hold on to the relationship more. But I don't know what to do. If I was just a matter of reassuring him and explaining that I am not rejecting him, I would have no problem doing so. It is the angry outbursts with the blaming, shaming, and rejection that really get to me, even more so because I have no one else and fear losing the one person who cares about me. Is there any way to navigate this successfully? Okay, I don't even know where to start. You know, I haven't done this for a minute, so let me get my thoughts together, y'all. Give me a second here. Okay, young lady, this is the beginning stages of an emotionally abusive relationship. He is trying to get you to do what he wants you to do and say, even talk the way he wants you to talk to him by guilt tripping, coercion, and blaming and threatening you with loss of the relationship to instill fear. Fear is the number one way to control people. You know, the government uses it all the time. Fear. Gang members use it, police use it, everybody, they all use it. When people want to have domination over and control over you, they will pull out stuff that they know is going to scare you. And since he knows you're the only person, you know, you let it be known that he's your only person, he knows he has that kind of power in your life, which you never should have told him that. I don't know what you told him that. I don't care if you have to go through what we used to call the yellow pages and call up random people and just talk to them on the phone. Call up senior centers and talk to them old people on the phone. Anything to let him know that you have other people that you could go to besides his behind. But what you have done now, you know, you set yourself up. This is very unfortunate. But what you're going to have to do is make a decision because right now you're only 4 months into this. It's already some bullshit. So what you need to do is figure out how much of this you're going to take because he's escalating. He wants you to move in. See, that don't ever do that. Once you move in with him, he's going to have complete control over you because you're going to be under his roof. That would be a huge, I mean, I can't even imagine how big a mistake that would be. Luckily, you had enough sense to dip out on that move. But, you know, were it me, I'm telling you, you, were it me, you obviously have way more patience since you want to use like that word compassion. See, that don't exist in my personality. I don't have that. I don't have compassion, except for like my female friends or some little kids or something. I have a lot of it then. But when it comes to grown men, I don't have compassion. And so, you know, it's just like, man up. Shit, what's wrong with you? I can't find it for men. I just don't. So, you know, you sit up there going through all these hoops and stuff about his feels. I'm like, to me, it's not a good day unless I hurt some man's feels. I mean, it's like a martini to me. Tier martinis, they taste delicious. So I don't know what you're gonna do here. You know, you because you say right here, I don't know that I'm willing to end the relationship based on this. You should be. This is no kind of way to be treated or talked to and told how you can and cannot express your feelings and what you want to do with your time and energy. And he gonna feel rejected and try to manipulate you to do what he wants to do. You tell him, well, you just feel rejected then. I don't care what you do, but I'm going to the gym. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. And I'm not moving in with you. And you still here, you letting him threaten you with the loss of the relationship. You need to flip that on him and say, look here, you keep on trying to control what I do. And this shit here is going to be over. You got one more time. Because you already, you know, supposed to be 3 strikes you out. He done batted up about 10 rounds already. And you still there. I don't know what you're going to do. I don't. Hey, Michelle, I just cannot. You know that I'm dating myself by talking about the yellow pages because I can't even tell you when the last time I saw yellow pages was. They used to bring them and throw them on your porch. Man, you could mollywop somebody with that sucker, they would go down. It would be terrible. But this is really sad, young lady. And the whole purpose of dating, let me just finish up this letter with this. I want to reiterate to people who don't seem to understand. The purpose of dating is to find a good fit, somebody that you have good communication with, good physical, connection with, good that you like being around them, that you guys have morals and values, you're on the same page with your life going in the same direction. You and this guy don't have that. Okay, you don't have that. You're trying to fit a square peg into a round hole. It's not going to work. You're going to end up sacrificing who and what you are and everything about yourself to keep this man if you let him keep this up with you. You need to woman up, get rid of him. Okay, that's what I got to say. Exactly. Your 12th warning. It's just ridiculous how he getting so many chances. Honey, yeah, I like that word mollywop. I've been waiting to use that, and I just got to use it. I'm just so excited. Okay, question number 2. We're only doing 16 questions today, y'all. I can feel myself getting tired already. Uh, you are? Oh no, they still in existence? Girl, you got to take a picture of one and send it to me. Survivingdating@gmail.com, because I haven't seen, seriously, there's no yellow page being distributed around here. We live in the Bay Area, and they just don't have them. I haven't seen one in years, probably about 10 or 12, like maybe even longer. So anyway, here I go, back to question number 12. This is a young lady in the 28 to 34 age group, and it just says USA. Hey, Deb and squad, my question will be brief. Thank you. Thank you. I love you. How do you feel good about standing up for yourself or others when the end result is losing a job? It was not my first job, but I declined to do something that would have put others' safety at risk, and I was fired. I know jobs come and go, but is it even worth it to stand up for yourself if that is the end result? That is a very difficult question. This is one of those moral value type questions that they sometimes ask you on job interviews. There's no really right answer as far as they go, but they're judging your thinking process, your analytical abilities, and your compassion, your sense of right and wrong, your judgment, knowledge of the law, all kinds of things go into these kind of situational questions. So I'm going to say this. You have to go by what your moral stance is in your value system. Because see, it's like this. If you're a kind of person like you're a sociopath, you don't care. Psychopath, they don't care about other people. They just like, okay, is it going to help me? That's all they care about. But you're obviously not that type of person. You have a conscience. And so you don't want to be the catalyst for something that could put somebody else in the hospital or the grave. You don't want to do that. And it's good that you didn't do that, because a lot of times, see, they'll tell you to do something. The managers don't want to do it because they're not going to put their name on it. They want to get you to do it, the underling. So then they can step back and throw up their hands and say, oh, well, we didn't know that was what she was going to do. And they decline all knowledge and involvement with it and leave you holding the bag. So you was too smart for that. It's better to get fired, because think about it this way. Would you want to work at a company that would treat its employees like that and put them at risk? Just think about that. Would you really want? Because if they would have you doing it to them, they would sure do it to you. And if you got kids and husband and parents or anybody dependent on you like that, that's no place you want to work anyway. So I think you did well. But see, I'm the kind, like, I would do it and I would collect any data that I had and I would report them to the state. We got Cal OSHA here for any kind of chemical things or workplace environments that's risky the employees' health or stuff, or businesses that risk, the public's health. You call Cal OSHA. I called them one time about some water I got, and it was some kind of weird taste in the water. Honey, that man was there at my auntie's house picking up that bottle the next day. And they took it and they lab tested it, and they had to do just like a local recall of this water, because something was wrong with it. It just didn't taste right. And I used to buy this bottled water to make my daughter's formula, So I was, no. But yeah, I called them and they sent a dude the next day to pick it up. So that's what we have here in California, and that's how they roll. I knew another situation where the people had mice in the workplace. Now, their droppings, if you breathe that stuff in, it can cause all kind of lung issues and lung cancer and stuff. So the employees reported it. Cal OSHA was there the next day shutting shit down. So, everybody had to go work at home. And so that's what I'm saying. So if you have if it's that kind of situation, and you in California, you just said USA. I don't know where you are, but I'm sure they have similar kind of agencies in every state that watch out for public health and safety. That's where you should report it to. Because if they did, just because you left and you didn't do it, that don't mean they didn't get somebody else to do it. And so there you go. You see. Well, she might not want to go through wrongful termination suits. That shit drags on for years and it's just not even worth it. Just get a different job. But the main thing is, get a different job. You don't have to get a lawyer. But what you do have to do is get even. And, the state will come in and clean house and fine people, close businesses down. All kinds of vile and wonderful things will happen. That would be the route I'd take it. And I'd sit over there and just go walking by the office and looking and say, wow, look at that, Cal OSHA. Wonder how that happened. Let's move on. Question number 3. Female in the 22 to 27 age group. She's an Aquarius out of Greensboro, North Carolina. And her partner is a male in the 28 to 34 age group. Okay. I am 25 and have been FWBs with this 30-year-old dude for about 8.5 months. Dang, you could have birthed a kid in that much time. We have had a pretty open dialogue in terms of communicating if we're hooking up or talking with others. And for myself, I haven't really hooked up with other people apart from him, whereas he has hooked up with quite a few people. About a month and a half ago, he told me he dropped his roster as he was feeling burnt out and was only seeing me during this time. I felt like my feelings were stronger for him, and to be honest, we talk or call every day, and it already feels like we're in a relationship without the title sometimes, which is what I now regret. I get the feeling he was hooking up with other people again, so I asked him up front if he was, and he said that he did. This really hurt my feelings, and after pondering what I would say for a day or so, we met up in person, and I asked if he had ever had any feelings for me and if he could see us being in a relationship down the line, to which he replied yes to both. I then asked why we wouldn't take the next step, and he said he needed time to think, but finally told me that he would be going out on a couple of long trips during the summer and didn't want to be tied down and asked me to give him the summer. He said he's only getting older and this phase wasn't going to last forever. What should I do? I hate myself for letting him have his cake and eat it too, because now he's too comfortable to take the next steps of being serious, but we also get along so well. The intimacy is amazing, so I don't want to let him go, but I feel like by I'm waiting, I'm disrespecting myself. Please be brutal with your response. Oh, you don't have to encourage that. That comes with the package. I need to figure this out. And if you think I should exit the situation, when should I have the conversation? And what should I say during the conversation? If it's just hard to accept never talking to him again. Okay, let me go back over this. What does Shay say? Friends with Bible. Shay is crazy. This is really sad, young lady, that you would put yourself in this situation. I mean, y'all in the hookup generation, that Gen Z people, that's what y'all do. I can't, that seems to be your way of, you hook up with folks just as soon as you say hello and good morning and good night. It's a hookup. I don't understand that lifestyle, but whatever. That's you, do you. I am not a fan of FWBs because inevitably something like this happens. Somebody always catches feelings and wants it to be more than what it is. And you saying, oh, we talk all the time and we do ourselves, so you catching feelings and feeling like you in a relationship, but you're not. He never lied to you. He never told you there was going to be anything other than what it is. That's all it ever was. The one who got confused and went off tracks and went left was you. You went there all by yourself. And he talking about give me the summer, so he want to keep you on the hook while he fools around. No, 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 no. That's not the instant you caught feelings. What you're supposed to do is say, I can't do this anymore. my feelings are getting too involved and it's going to turn into a toxic situation for me. So I need to deuce out. And that's all you do. You can send that by text. And then you block him. And this thing about it's not hard. You don't miss talking to him. So what? It wasn't talking about shit anyway. I mean, why do you want to keep wasting your time into something that's circling down the drain? It's like being on a hamster wheel, just running as fast as you can. You ain't going nowhere. That's what an FWB is to me. I don't understand why women would want to waste their time. So, dude, I have to give him credit though. I mean, he's telling you everything that you need to know to make a smart decision. The one who's trying to be stupid is you. And you're going to end up there looking stupid by yourself because dude's going to be on about his business going on these trips with these other women while you sitting at home waiting for him to choose you. Man, this is a super, super, what you call it, a pick-me situation. There's no such thing as soul ties. I just looked up there and saw that. That's garbage. Don't believe that shit. Why do women think that some man has the power to tie their soul to him? Come the fuck on, really? That is the most ridiculous, mind-boggling, dummy conversation. When women sit up there talking about, oh, I have soul ties, I'm soul tied to him, they stupid. Don't believe that shit. And yeah, I'm calling that stupid. It don't even make no damn sense. You act like dicks got super magical powers or something. They don't. Okay? I'm just fucking ridiculous. It just drives me crazy when women say that shit. And they be looking for women to believe that shit too, so they can just manipulate your mind and have you going crazy. You just goofy and dick crazy. That's what you really are. Dick whooped. But you ain't got no soul ties. Nothing can touch your soul, okay, except the Grim Reaper. That's it. Because I be watching them shows where the Grim Reaper come and takes you away. And they either drag you to hell or drag you somewhere. I be thinking about that too. Which way am I going? I don't think I'm going up. I don't think that I've raised too much sand here on this side. So I don't think that's going to happen. But yeah, come on now. I'm just saying, let's get real here. Because part of what we do on this channel is get women's heads out the clouds, out of fantasy land, out of Danielle Steele novels, and out of fairy tales. Let's be real here. We're grown women. Nobody controls your mind or your body but you. Okay, nobody. And nobody's little dingling is going to come along and make you do nothing or feel nothing. It's all in your head. You're delusional. Soul tie my ass. Question number 4. Female, 18 to 21 from Columbus, Ohio. Deb, if you were talking to someone new and received this message before your first date, okay, so they're talking and you haven't on a date yet, okay, would you see it as a red flag or just a guy who doesn't know what he's doing? Quote, I think if I'm being honest, there might not be attraction between us initially at first sight, but it will probably come with getting to know you better and finding out that you really are a special person and not like the Barbie dolls out there who only care about their Instagram. Your analysis, please. 18 to 21. Oh, God, no wonder I don't understand this question. Okay, let me try to break this down. No, Mary Elizabeth, this question was chosen by Candace for a reason, so I have to answer it. She's gotten very good at picking stuff that she, like several kind of issues might come, that's similar, and she'll, pick one that, she thinks is the most well written. And so evidently this is an issue that might come up. Something like this must come up, and so she picked this to put in here. Okay, would I see it as a red flag or a guy who doesn't know what he's doing? If I'm being honest, there might not be attraction between us initially at first sight, but it would probably come with getting to know you better and find out you're such a person. Okay, I would just say you're stupid, and then I wouldn't go on the first date. That's what I would do. Now, because to me, it doesn't matter if it's a red flag or he don't know what he's doing or they have pink flag, whatever it is, yellow flag, warning, danger, Will Robinson. I don't know what it is, but whatever it is, it would just turn me off, and I wouldn't want to be bothered with his ass. Is that what that is, Shady Brook? Honey, I don't know what it is, but I would just be so just irritated and turned off and just annoyed. And so I would just tell him, you're stupid, and don't call me anymore and don't bother me. We're not going out because I need somebody who's got some damn sense, and that ain't you. I hope that answers your question. Okay, moving on. Question number 5. We only have 16 questions today. That's all the crip over here can handle. It's that. Okay, question 5. This is a female 22 to 27 out of Chicago. Male 28 to 34. I'm assuming same thing. I've been hanging out with this guy for a few months, a lot, as we work the same internship together. He's 30 and I'm 25. The whole time we were hanging out, he would purposely hide the fact that he had a girlfriend from me. He later admitted he had been purposely doing this. When I found out he did and I confronted him, he told me that things weren't going well with his girlfriend of a year and a half. He was falling in love with me and he wanted to break up with her as he didn't have feelings anymore. Did he have violins too, flutes to accompany this sad song and tale of woe? He admitted that he felt like he had been emotionally cheating on her with me this whole time. I wasn't going to get involved with someone in any way that had a girlfriend, and I told him to get back to me if and when they broke up. We had gotten really close by this point, and he told me that he didn't want to lose me and wanted to be with me, and that he was going to break up with her. He ended up breaking up with her a few months ago, but ever since then he's been torn between two relationships, as he now can't get over the last one and is still in some way hung up on it, and told me that he is confused as to what he wants. During all this time, we would still hang out, and it felt as if we were dating, but I had to cut the cord because I was just hurting myself, waiting around for someone to make up their mind who was treating me like an option. I blame myself for getting myself into this situation, but at the same time, he convinced me for a good 6 months that he was 120% sure that he wanted to be with me. I see this guy every day, so I'm having a hard time moving past this. Why? He was never with him. He had a girlfriend. I suspect he still has a girlfriend. He just told you he broke up. Because, this thing about, not knowing what he wants and waffling between two women. See, that this was a game you didn't fall for it, though. Good for you. What you were supposed to do is try to prove to him that you was the best choice, that you were the one he should have, that you were going to win him and be everything that he needed, and he was staying in love with you. It was supposed to be set up as a competition. Typical narcissist. So what you did, though, is, dipped out. But you were supposed to dip out with him. As soon as you found out he had a girlfriend, you were supposed to dip out and deuce out and just not have anything else to do with him unless it was work related. This is exactly why I don't like fooling around with people at work. Haven't you heard my phrase? Never get your honey where you make your money. That came directly from my daddy. Never get your honey where you make your money. Okay? You don't screw around with no men at your job. Don't do it. It's just wrong. It's bad. It never works out well. Now, see how you doing now? You can't even go to work good in peace because now you got to look at his monkey face. Girl, you just messed up so bad. Just so bad. Anyway, what I suggest that you do is give him the speech. And the speech will be like, look, I'm going to make this decision for you since you seem to be trying to get the best of both worlds. Don't call me. Don't talk to me unless it's about work. We're done here, sir. Okay, we're done here. So and then just leave him alone. He's going to try to talk to you, say, get away from my desk. He's going to try to call you on your phone. You should have blocked him, though, but if not, then you say, don't call me, and then you block him. He's going to send you an email. Unless it's work-related, you delete it. You don't even read it. You don't respond. Stuff like that. You put up some very firm boundaries. And then you send him on back in that U-turn back to his girlfriend. So then he don't have to worry about, which decision who he wants, because you're going to decide it for him. That's the way I do it. As soon as they start telling me about they having feelings for somebody else, I'll be like, oh, is that right? I'm looking around like, oh, who else in the room? What's going on? Hey, oh, you cute. Anyway, you sit there and finish your drink. I'm out. I'm gonna be going over here and see what else is going on in the spot. You just never let no mold grow on your feet, moss or whatever that phrase is. You just keep it moving. Keep it moving. I don't understand getting all hung up on these men. They all knuckleheads anyway. I mean, when I meet one who's not a knucklehead, I'm just always so shocked. But if you wait long enough, he'll show some at least knucklehead traits. They might not be severe enough that you dump him. But I haven't met a man yet in my entire life who's not a knucklehead in some way, shape, or form, even including my own brothers and my daddy. As much as I love them, knuckleheads, you know, but just varying degrees of it, you know what I mean? So you just have to pick which, what level of knuckleheadedness you can work with. That's pretty much the woman's job in our vetting process. That's how much of a knucklehead is he? Where is he on the knucklehead scale? Is he low, like a 1 or 2%? Is he high, like a 9 to 10%? You got to pick one. Thanks, Trace. Oh, I appreciate it. Thank you. I got the bill for my little service, and I'm like, oh, because I can't really work. I can't work, so it's been interesting. So thanks, Trace. Okay, question number 6. Wow, this is a trip. I hate to see that you wasting your time like that, young lady. Okay, this is a female in the 28 to 34 age group, no location provided. Mate gender, male in the 28 to 34 age. Oh, so they're in the same age group, 28 to 34. Okay. Hello, Deb. I'm considering ending my relationship. I've been in for a year. I found out that we are not compatible eggplantally. On the surface, he's successful, driven, values education, and hardworking. He sought to be a leader in his career and is very focused on climbing the ladder. Outside of work, he's attentive to me, pays for everything, and acts very gentlemanly and presents a very well-groomed public image. But behind closed doors, he wanted me to do things that I feel are degrading to me. Uh-oh. I'm a sensual person. I have no problem expressing myself, but I know I'll never be into the things he needs to be satisfied. I think 50 Shades restraints, degrading names, light hitting, and choking. So then she says, I have 2 questions. Is relationship with this variation in values worth holding on to long term if everything else is going well? And number 2, is this something to just expect and accept from men as part of the deal? Because men feel no shame about their desires and are not looking to temper them. And with hookup apps and what? Oh, cam girl subscription sites, these men are gone. And she put it in caps and bold. Also, from too much popcorn, it seems no man is pure minded and likes or wants normal intimacy. Really? Is that true? Y'all, is that true? Nobody's normal anymore. They all into this weird stuff. I'm not tripping. What ideas do you have for women who feel like they can't or won't compete with the hypersexualized ways of the world? Well, you talking about me now because I'm not going to be doing all that. I'll tell you, even before all of this popcorn acting out stuff happened, there's just some things I'm just not going to do. One of the things is I'm not going to get tired. Okay, so, you be trying to do all these different things, and I hate them niggas that want to put you in 19 different positions. I don't like that shit. Look, this one's working here, just stay here. Okay, just do this and just be happy. I'm not doing no circus tricks and shit and bending my legs and all this stuff. No, I'm old. Even when I wasn't old, I still didn't like it. But they just want to be doing too much. It's like you just watching too many of them weird movies. I'm just saying it's true. It's true. They be doing too much. It's like what you do, what you doing? Why you doing all that? What's the point of all of that? So let me just answer your 2 questions. Do men feel any shame about their desires and not looking to tempt them? That's exactly right. They're not. So what you have to decide is if that is what you want to, uh, you know, be bothered with. See, I just told you how that don't roll in my life. You be trying to do some weird shit. I have tossed niggas up straight up out of my bed, like get out, and they be like, why? I'm like, cause you doing some shit I'm just not interested in. I don't like how you screw. What do you want? You want a map to the door? I mean, what do you want me to say? You can't fuck, sir. I'm not liking what you're doing. I don't like it. I'm not feeling it. Get out. And so they leave. I've only had to pull my knife on one person. He tried to have an argument about it, and I had to, pull out my knife and to let him see I had to make a point. But okay, is a relationship with this variation in values worth holding on to if everything else is going well? Not at all. Because what's going to happen is you start kowtowing and changing yourself to be some like pleasure doll for this man. You're not even married to him. You just met this clown. You've been dating him, what, you say a year? Is that what you said? A year? You've been enduring this for a year? I'm not going to do this shit for 10 minutes. You do one thing I don't like, I'm done. I'm done. I'm not going to, I don't want to feel degraded. I don't want to feel dirty. I don't want to feel ashamed or creeped out or weird or doubting, questioning you and thinking about how weird you are. I'm not going to go through any of those changes. But see, maybe that's, I don't know, that's just that Leo. Just certain things I'm just not going to do. And anything that causes me to question what's going on in your head and where you trying to take me or do any kind of thing like that, any doubts, any question marks come up, I'm just going to deuce out. And that's just it. So you stayed a year. I'm telling you, as soon as he pulled that one of them stunts and talking about I want to do this, I've been like, well, good luck finding somebody who's going to do that with you because that person is not me. And then that would have been the end of that relationship. That just that quick. So that's what I'm saying. You got to think about yourself. How are you going to be feeling? You keep doing all this degrading stuff and it makes you feel degraded and ashamed and like just a tawdry piece of whatever. That's no kind of relationship. I don't know what that is, but that's not a relationship. I mean, there's women in that line of work, but they get paid handsomely for doing all that freak shit. Okay, so that's where you need to direct him. You get $1,200, $1,500, $1,800 a pop. He'll soon tone that shit down. He's trying to get his jollies on for free with you. And you say, is this something to just expect and accept from me as part of the deal? Nope, not at all. He's doing some shit you're not interested in. You next him. He's not the only man in the world. And if you keep finding him with this weirdo, weird shit going on, I don't know what to tell you about that. It's a lot. I have gotten a lot of letters from young women about these dudes trying to choke them out and all this old crazy stuff. A friend of mine told me that that choking stuff, that should have caused you to have a stroke. You get a blood clot and go up in your brain and you'll get a stroke and you might die. So, that might be what's happening. Some of these women, they're not being asphyxiated. They're getting a blood clot and then they're stroking out. But either way, anything that a man's doing in bed that you're not interested in, you just next him and leave him alone. I'm just like, this is just crazy. What the fuck is wrong with these men? Relationships supposed to be about emotional connection with somebody. Not you just using them for a free freak. Fuck out of here with that shit. It's that too, plus it's stupid. It's just a whole bunch of just a whole bunch of stupid men running around here thinking that they're going to be degrading and humiliating women and doing all this vile stuff to them that they saw in some stupid movie where people got paid $20,000. You ain't paying nobody $20,000, chump. Probably only made that much last year. Fuck out of here with that. I didn't be trying to put somebody in some kind of weird mess and hurting them. So anyway, my long story roundabout answer is get rid of this dude. Break it off. Tell him that you don't know what he's offering, the kind of relationship he's offering is not meeting your emotional needs. And then you just get rid of him. Question number 7. Yeah, Diana. Well, I mean, it might be more than one, but the first one I remember was the dude who played Kung Fu. Remember that TV show where they were Gary Carradine? He did that self-choking thing and then accidentally hung his stupid ass. Died hanging in the closet or something. I remember reading about it because I used to like that show. Anyway, question number 7. Female, 22 to 27 from Edmonton, Canada. Hi, Deb and squad. I have been dating this guy for 2 months. And it has been nice, but the problem that I have is just last week he asked me to see me on Saturday, only to cancel on me hours before because he had a situation with his family. He immediately asked to see me the next day, and I even met his mom. This week he said, let me know if you have any available space this week because I would like to see you. So I said Friday, and today he asked me if it was possible to reschedule it for tomorrow. I got upset, and now I just don't want to see him this weekend at all because I feel he doesn't respect my time. I don't know if I'm being too strict or difficult. He is really sweet in person, and he also told me today that he wants something serious with me, but it was important for him to resolve some situation today. He is also not a great texter and doesn't even have social media. I don't care about social media. I'm also not the best texter. but he is counseling on me. It's making me really feel unwanted. He has also been dealing with some family issues. His teenage brother is in some kind of mess, he says. Yeah, whatever. What's that video I just did while I was sick and my cousins helped me with the 21 types of things? What is that video? I don't know. 21 types of something. Anyway, look at that video. It's 3 of them. It's 7 in each one, 7 pointers in each one. And this kind of guy, the kind of guy that you should not be dating, is in there. This one that makes foul use of your time. Your time is valuable. I do not appreciate men like this. They are annoying as hell to me. So what I would tell you is, see, what you're supposed to be doing is not just dating him anyway. So your little dance card should be full with other men and other things. So he should be jockeying for position to try to get some time to see you, because you ain't his girlfriend. So you putting all this time and energy into hooking up with him and stuff. You're not dating correctly. That's not your man. He should not be having any kind of exclusive access to you like you're giving him. You're not doing this right. So you start dating somebody else and you don't call him, you don't worry about what he's doing. If he makes a date and you want to see him, then you go. I personally would have deuced out on this, because this is twice now. Twice he done changed plans and switched up on you at the last minute and messed up your time. See, Deb, I'm telling you, time is the one thing I'm telling you, you just can't never get it back. Once it's wasted, it's wasted. So I don't mess with men like this flaky kind of shit right here. I don't mess with them. And they always, this other point I want to make sure I almost forgot. When they have some other woman that they want to spend time with, but they don't want you asking questions or feeling bad about it. They want you to still be happy to see him and stuff. They magically create some kind of family issue. He probably don't even have a younger brother. He might, but he probably doesn't. But what they do is they create a family issue so that it's like an insurmountable boundary. You can't say anything. If his brother, his mama, his grandmother, this kind of thing, you can't really say anything like, well, you're going to spend time with your brother. You're not going to spend time with me. Who's going to say that? Who's going to say that? So they tend to do that. And if, that's always an issue, you already know you got a player. No social media. He don't want nobody trying to friend him or post nothing, link to him, tag him, nothing. Players keep a low profile like that. The real players, you will not see them online. These little bitch boys that you see with all these social media pages all over Facebook and stuff like that, bitches. Okay, they just like women with pants and testes. They just doing too much. If the man is not on social media about some money, then he's just a little bitch. And I said it. Social media is for women and kids, teenagers. The grown men should be working, building, developing, inventing, making some money, making some shit happen. Okay, out there changing the world, making some laws, making some change. That's what grown men should be doing. Not sitting on a keyboard at a desk arguing with women on social media. You're a bitch, sir. If that's what you do, you're a little bitch. You know what I mean? I'm just like, I can't stand it. They be coming to the channel and they want to argue and shit. I'm like, where's your titties? And what kind of menstrual products do you use? Because your ass is just too girly for me, just too much. And they just want to be arguing with women all the damn time. It's just ridiculous. So anyway, that's what you got. You got a player. And I would suggest that you move on from this. Question number 8. I don't have no problem. I have no problem telling them to. Like, I think you should do this. Who told you could think? That was an accident that you even thought that. A mistake. Gross error in judgment. You don't have the equipment to think, sir. That's outside your skill zone. You're not going to do well trying to do that. I will do that glass eyes. Since I'm back at home, I have my editing equipment. It's going to take me a while because you only can use one hand. But I guess it's the one I need to use anyway. But, yeah. All right, question number 8. This is a female, 22 to 27. I was Oakland, California, and she's a Scorpio. She says, "Hi, Deb, welcome back. Anyways, I need advice about how to be more at ease. Whenever a guy shows interest in me, I am so awkward and I don't know what to say. I don't have much confidence either." I was going to say that's what that is. You don't have confidence in yourself. When I am asked questions like what are my hobbies, what I do outside of work, I hit a wall. I have hobbies like astrology, reading, and collecting stuff, but a lot of my times I feel judged about them, and a lot of people in my area just aren't into that kind of stuff. So I feel like I will bore them, and they will think I'm weird. Okay, and did anybody ever die from being thought to be weird? What's the problem here, chick? Also, I never feel a genuine convo. It always feels like they are just spitting game at me. And I don't know how to play that game, so it makes me feel not into it. I have a hard time finding people with the same hobbies and interests as me, and an even harder time in romance with finding a partner who accepts me for who I am instead of always putting on a front. Hold on a second, let me get to the next page here. Oh, come on, hand. Please help. Okay. Um, well, in your age group, I'm sorry, that's pretty much all there is. I mean, even a little older than you, like in their mid 30s, is you don't say where in that age group you are, 22 to 27, at you at the beginning, are you in the middle, at you at the end. If you're closer to the end, a guy in his early to mid 30s would probably be a better fit for you. But then again, they stupid too. But they tend to be a little less stupid than like a guy, in the 22, 23 age range. The main thing that you need to do is work on your self-confidence and your self-esteem. There's a video here. I did it in February about confidence, boosting your self-confidence. You need to look at that, study it, take notes, and work on that, because there's nothing about you that you should be ashamed of. There's nothing about yourself that you should feel judged for, embarrassed by. Nothing. Those are your interests. If someone else doesn't share them, that's fine. They don't have to. There's a lot of people that like to watch, like, I don't know, historical dramas and biographies or geography, whatever I'm trying to say, I can't think right now. But historical stuff. That stuff makes me just snore. But, I'm not going to talk bad about them because they like it. I mean, there's people that like, I don't know, the symphony and the organ, all the stuff. I mean, I've been to those kind of things. It's kind of interesting, but, I like, but, you go once or twice, to me, that's plenty. I would never be one of people to get a season ticket to that. Not my thing. So, it's the kind of thing you have to be comfortable with who and what you are, and it doesn't sound like you are. You're always worried about what other people think instead of, just being you. And the thing about it, if you accept you, then you don't care what other people think, because what they think is a non-motherfucking factor in your life. What they think is not paying you. What they think is not changing shit for you. It's not getting you advancing your job. It's not putting money in your bank account. It's not doing anything beneficial for you to be worried about what they think. You feeling me? I could give less than a damn about what other people think. I just don't care. It's like, what does that have to do with anything in my world? Nothing. So, you have to kind of, I'm not saying you got to be as much of a jerk as me, but somewhere there has to be a happy medium between you just so worried about other people's judging you and thinking what something that you have, that you like is stupid or whatever, to being like me. There's a medium in there. You need to find it. Okay? Because I'm telling you, just reframe that thinking. Why are you worried about what they think? How is that what they think going to change anything for you in your life? Why are you giving them all this magnificence and importance and stuff? It's like they're so big, bad, and important. I taught you to stop caring my yes. It's really just not important at all. The only person who like I said, unless they give me some money, then I might care what they think. Like if I'm going to get a bonus, if I do something, wonderful, and they think that I did something really fantabulous, and I walk away with $10,000-$20,000 bonus, I'm all over that. I don't care what that person thinks, but everybody else, I don't care what they think. It's irrelevant. So you start thinking about that. Question number 9. Female 22 to 27 from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Male 22 to 27 as well. My boyfriend moved in with me and my family. Oh no. What you do that for? He is staying with us as he looks for a place. He moved about 8 hours away from home and got a job here to be with me. We both work from home, but I feel like I can't get anything done with him here. We've been together for 8 months. So you only been together for 8 months and he moved across somewhere ever to move to be with you? That's moving, that's for like from somebody moving from here to LA, about 6 to 8 hours of travel time. That's pretty far. Okay, most of the time has been long distance. He doesn't plan out any meals. He doesn't plan anything at all. No meals, no dates, nothing. It feels like everything is left up to me. We have talked about it so many times and it feels like it's not going anywhere. It's so annoying to feel like I have to plan and decide everything we do, from what we eat to where we go, even things like telling him to take more time after work so I can also have some alone time. He doesn't take any initiative to do things on his own and has even said he doesn't want to do them on his own. So I have this feeling that I need to be around all the time and it's so tiring. I just want to be left alone and be able to do my own thing. I don't want to be planning all the dates or trips. I feel like everything is up to me to the point where I feel like I'm just bossing around someone to do things for me. It doesn't feel good. I don't know what to do. We have talked about it a lot, and I've told him how it makes me feel and what I prefer and what I want to change in our relationship. I'm getting frustrated and annoyed, and I don't know what to do, but I feel bad and guilty for feeling so unhappy. I need help trying to figure out how to handle this situation. Can you help me? Yes, this is what you do. You sit him down and you say, look here, home skillet, your mama don't live here. I'm not your mommy. And every time I have to treat you like a child, it makes my coochie dry up. Because I'm not really, I'm not excited about sleeping with a kid. I'm not into that. So this is how it's going to go. Until you get your shit together and start acting like a man, don't expect nothing from me. Nothing. It's not happening. And it's not because, you want to punish him. It's because you're annoyed and turned off. Which, if you really thought about it, well, that's what it is. Making you treat him like a kid. That's not sexually stimulating for an adult woman, for a man who acts like a child. It's a fucking turnoff. And so you tell him like that, and his eyes are gonna go bing, and he'll get it. It's like, I'm not turned on by that. This doesn't make me feel like I'm with a man. It makes me feel like I'm with a toddler, and I just am not into kids, so that's not gonna work. So, you have this option. Either you step up and you do what you're supposed to do as a man, or if that's beyond your skill set, you can't do it, you're too dependent, then you need to move back home to your mother. And you need to do it like now. So I need to see change within the next 7 days, and it better be consistent and it better stay there, or you need to be planning to move back to your house, and then we'll break up. Because I don't want this. You're not the man that I thought you were. You're a kid, and I don't want a kid. I'm not going to be dating a kid. I don't want somebody who's hanging on my skirt tails like this. So you tell him like that, and I'm sure he'll get the picture. Me, there's no point in mincing words and trying to use that. You women y'all kill me talking these men to death. You talk, well, after you see, I tell them one time. I just tell them one time. I told you one time. Okay, I'm not what you need, a smoke signal, sign language. What's going on here that you don't seem to understand what I said the first time? I'm not going to repeat myself. I'm not going to say it 77 times. It's just, you're supposed to have good sense and stuff. Be of normal intellect. I can't do it. Again, see, more time waster. And it was long distance, and he moved in, and you didn't really know this man. That was your problem. You didn't really know him. Send him back to his mommy. That would be my suggestion. Question number 10. This is a male in the 28 to 32 age group out of Washington, D.C. Female, same age group. I listened to your show on Sunday, and it got me worried about my wife even more than I already am. At the risk of sounding like a complete jerk here, I need to know if there's a diplomatic way to talk about this without being overly pushy. Essentially, my wife and I have been together for a decade now, and during that time, we've never really been fitness people. There was a time like 5 years ago when we ran a 5K, but that's about it. Flash forward to now. My mic is a little far here. I'm just noticing that. Flash forward to now. Wait, I lost my place. Hold on a second. Oh, there we go. I walk a fair bit to and from the train for work and ride my bike sometimes, but my wife drives most places and is very sedentary. Day to day, it's not a huge problem, but there have been some things recently that made me concerned for her. She often refuses to go for walks, citing it's too hot, too cold, this or that. When we go for a walk, she asks to go home after about 15 or 20 minutes, stating that she's tired. I tried to get her to ride bikes with me, and she made it about 5 minutes before turning around. I framed them less as an exercise and more as time together, but she asked why we can't do other things like sit on the couch, play board games, etc. I like those things too, but I want some variety, and it would be nice to do active things with her from time to time. My wife is struggling with what you call activities of daily living as well. She has a hard time carrying the groceries. She bought a smaller vacuum cleaner because our regular one was too heavy for her to lift, that kind of thing. Oh. During intimacy, she refuses any position where she just does the work because she gets tired. And she lacks a lot of enthusiasm for it these days anyway, often citing that she's tired after work and just wants to watch TV or read. I'm worried about bringing this stuff up for two reasons. One, my wife is very insecure about her weight, and I know she's gained a little recently. She's always been curvy, and I've always been attracted to her, but she just likes her own body and has been unable to make lifestyle changes. She eats relatively healthily, but loves sweets and tends to be a comfort eater. Two, my wife is very busy with a variety of other hobbies and interests and says she doesn't want to take on adding more things to her to-do list. Exercise, in her view, is a complete chore and one she's opted out of her whole life. You guys are 28 to 32. Okay, I just want to make sure before I start talking. I don't think she'd take kindly to me adding it to her plate. Deb, given all this, should I just let this go, continue going on my walks and take bike rides alone, and let her live her sedentary life? Or is this worth voicing a concern about? I love my wife. I just don't want to know what to do. Okay, the first thing I'm going to recommend is you get one too. But, you guys need to get a complete physical. I'm concerned that she may have, people think that these people, when women are young, that they can't be, having some hormone changes. That's not always true. Sometimes, I've known women go through menopause. They had, medical conditions, and they would like essentially go through menopause in their 30s. She could have something like she could be, what do you call it? Low iron, anemic. There could be something else going with it because a lot of times, the tiredness and lack of energy and stuff, depression. I don't know what's going on in her life that might make it that way, but that's another thought. I don't know. It could be just general, unhappiness with where she is in life and just not really being really too motivated. But whatever it is, start by ruling out medical conditions. I'd start there. If it's not, then it's something, mental or emotional. My concern is this thing about buying another vacuum cleaner because the other one was too heavy. Something's going on with her. She's losing muscle. That's an alarming amount of muscle to lose that she can't even lift the vacuum cleaner anymore. You see what I mean? I'm with you. I'm concerned here. So start with that. Say, hey, I'm going to make us appointments to get us a medical exam and stuff, and get us a full physical, blood work, the whole thing, hormone checks, everything. You don't tell her that, but you just make the appointment and both of you guys go. Well, we don't know if it's her, too much. You don't increase your iron just willy-nilly because that can mess you up. It could be, Diana, that's what I'm saying. We don't know. Thyroid, we don't know. But I'm concerned about this muscle loss, muscle wasting. That's serious. That's what's concerning me. She has no endurance and she's lost muscle to the point where she can't even lift stuff that she used to be able to lift. That's concerning to me. So, sir, I'm going to say this, like I said, do that first to rule out the medical issues and then go from there. She might need therapy. There's something going on with her, but I'm concerned. My red light is blinking on a medical issue that's not being addressed. So start there. Yeah, well, if she gets a full physical, they'll check all of that. They'll do the whole run, the whole full blood work. Check her for, cysts and ovarian cancer, cervical cancer. They'll check her for everything. And, you know, something to be said there. But I like the fact that you're worried about her, her health, and you're talking about her shape and all of that. And that's, that's important stuff too. But the main thing is you guys are so young, you know, you're pretty young for this to be going on. So I start there. All right. Question number 11. This is a male, 28 to 34 age group with his female spouse who's 35 to 41. Oh, she's older. Okay. My girlfriend has 2 kids of preschool / kindergarten age. She and I are both divorced and have been in our relationship for about a month. Oh, that's all. Her and I are crazy about each other already. We have dated other people after each of our divorces before we met each other. I have no kids, nor have any reason to be in touch with my ex. The father of her kids is still seeing the kids. She will most likely be telling the father tonight when she picks up the kids about her relationship with me. She has full custody of the kids, and she drops off the kids to him for visits. Her divorce was pretty traumatic, and the relationship between the father and the kids is budding after 2 years of him not being around. I encourage her to let the father have a chance at having a relationship with his kids. Her and I aren't sure when I should meet the kids and when she should tell the kids about me. Writing is mostly for advice on that. Should she tell her ex about me today after she picks up the kids? I told her not to tell her ex when she drops them off, but instead to tell him when she picks them up. She was thinking about having me meet the kids after they finish this school year in June, so that would be next month. But we want advice to see what's the wisest and best move for the kids. We really want to make sure we do this right, since I only get a first impression with the kids once. I love kids, and I'm excited to get a chance to be a dad, even though I want to be a stepdad. I want to make it count. What you talking about, stepdad? You ain't shit, you a boyfriend. Stay in your envelope. You've been dealing with the woman for a month. You barely even know her middle name. Y'all need doing too much. As far as you meeting the kids sometime in the summer, I suppose, if y'all still together, I would say 90 days at least. She don't need to tell her ex anything about her love life. What for? The kids haven't met you. You're a non-factor in those children's lives. He only needs to know you around if you're going to be around his kids, which you're not yet. Y'all doing too much. Okay, slow down. You don't even know if y'all going to make it past the next week. So, you know what I mean? Stuff happens. I know you crazy about each other and stuff right now, but yeah, 1 month talking about dad, being dad. Dude, you a boyfriend. Stay in your lane. Okay? Stay in your lane. Slow down. Ooh, Lord. What is the rush? What y'all doing? You're not going to meet his kids. He don't need to know nothing about you till you do meet the kids. And she don't need to tell her man, that her ex, anything about you at all. If anything, the kids will tell them. That's soon enough. So, she's just trying to, you want to be running your mouth and inciting stuff, trying to test his jealousy or possessiveness or something. I don't know what y'all's goal is here, but that just don't even make no damn sense. Slow down, keep your mouth closed, and tell her to do the same. You don't be telling nobody nothing. Lord have mercy. I'm excited to be a dad. He just got on the scene 2 weeks ago. My God. Question number 12. Female, 35 to 41, from Washington, D.C. Oh, she put her sign. She selected the Aries box. I will get right to the point because I know you like that. Yes. How do I not pay for a birthday girl, BG meal, without looking like a total jerk? Here are some scenarios. 1, a group of women I know from work, we are all physicians, hang out at Top Golf. My birthday passed 2 weeks before, and another had her birthday coming up in another week. She and I had dinner months before, and I treated her at this venue. One of the other women who I've never hung out with said we should all pay for the birthday girl, and I didn't even know it was the birthday girl's birthday. And yes, they all knew my birthday was 2 weeks before. Number 2, another group of women I know from high school, they work as teachers, hotel managers, and bookkeepers. in my hometown sometimes get together for birthdays. When another random chick in the group says we can't let birthday girl pay, but not one time did these people take me out for my birthday. Oh, really? Some of these same women invited me out for my birthday and did not treat me. Really? Should I attend their birthdays and ask for a separate check just to stick it to them? No, you should not do that. You work in a professional field. Somebody like me could get away with that, but you're a doctor. Come on now, you can't do that. You have to look at, you have a professional reputation to maintain. What I suggest is every time they want to do one of them birthday dinners, be busy. Oh, I'm sorry, I have, a patient. I'm some surgery. I need to do some research. Oh, my mom's coming over. I mean, the list of excuses is endless. They'll get the point. Any other time when you guys ever pay for yourself, then you can go. But on them special days when it's going to be somebody's birthday, don't go. Don't go. I had a friend who used to do that. Let me tell you how these trifling these folks was. Okay, so we go out, right, and they want to get this one check, and then everybody start digging in their pocket to try to cover what they ate. Now, that's when I was eating vegan. Now, I'm not eating all that stuff they was eating, all these shrimps and scrimps and lobsters and steaks. And, I just wasn't eating all that. I'm having like a salad with some side of vegetables, some grilled vegetables or something, and, a drink or two. So my bill would usually come to $25 or less, including tax and tip. I put down $25. She had all these men there. I'm like, they was trying to flirt with all the women and stuff. She said, y'all cover her shit. I'm not doing it. I paid for mine. And then they start, people ordering all these hors d'oeuvres. They just doing just doing the most. And so here come a bill like $800, $900, $1,000 or something. And everybody suddenly, these women that be ordering all this stuff, suddenly they want to put down $20. So the dudes was pulling out, like $400 to try to cover the bill and stuff. And I thought, this is just scandalous. You just know some scandalous people. So after that, the last time she had one, I went and I sat by the door. I sat in the seat closest to the door. And then I paid for mine. I gave her $10 to help her pay for hers. And then I left. And left them fighting over, because I didn't get notice. I didn't do anything of that other stuff. And just left them to figure it out. And I left. And so after that, she said it was just so stressful. She's not going to do that anymore. I said, good. Because that was terrible. Just too many, these people, they be broke, honey, and but would be ordering up everything. No, beautiful orchid, I am not. I still eat a lot of that, but I can't say that I'm, plant-based or any of that kind of stuff anymore because I added fish and chicken back into my diet. I sure did, and turkey. But I still eat a lot of fruits and vegetables. It's so interesting. Like sometimes my blood pressure, because we eat all that potassium and stuff, the fruits and vegetables and all stuff. And so sometimes my blood pressure, they say, it's supposed to be 120 over 80 or below. Mine is like way below, to the point where it's be like, is this too low? But with diet and exercise, it's very controllable. That's what I said. I was really shocked when I did my blood pressure that day. And it was, let's say 200 over 110 or something. I'm like, where'd this come from? What is this? It's terrible. But yes, let's move on. So we only have 16 questions today, you guys. I'm trying to break myself in back into the swing of things. I think I'm doing okay. I'm figuring out the answers. I'll probably listen to this and think of some other stuff I could have said or added to it, but I can feel myself kind of fading. So we're going to get through this stuff. Okay, question number 13. This is a young lady in the 22 to 27 age group. She's a Virgo. Oh, from Germany. Okay, wait, let me see if I can pronounce this. North Rhine-Westphalia. North Rhine. It might be Rhine. North Rhine-Westphalia. Okay, well, anyway, let's see. She says, hello, Miss Deb. Greetings from Germany, and I hope everything is well. My current situation is this. I'm a 24-year-old uni student who lives with her mother and siblings. Why is that? My parents have been divorced since I was 17. And my mother can't read nor write, so I'm the one who is responsible for paperwork when it comes to my family, even though my siblings and I are all able to read and write. They do nothing to help in the household, and they are all in their early 20s. My two brothers are unemployed and contribute nothing to the household, and my sister works, but she doesn't even give 1% of her paychecks to my mother, nor contribute to the household bills. I'm the only one who is working and giving 90% of my paycheck so that we can pay the rent, utilities, and the electricity bill. I'm doing this because I don't want to end up homeless and on the streets. Oh, you poor thing. I tried to go on a strike where I'm not doing any household work, such as doing the dishes, cooking, cleaning, and taking care of the paperwork. I thought that would actually motivate them to finally do something in the house, but none of my attempts work. My siblings and my mother do not seem to care and live life as usual. I wanted to move out several times, and my mother always guilt trips me by saying that nobody did helping her and nobody in this house cares except for me. I, the author of this letter. Oh, okay. So it's not her mother, quoting her mother. She's talking about herself. I have been seriously apartment hunting since I was 23 and would be ready to move out as soon as I get an apartment because I can't handle this situation anymore. It makes me feel anxious and angry. A couple of days ago, my mother told me that she got offered a job in another country and the pay isn't bad, but she expects me to take care of the entire household while she is out of the country and wants me to take care of my siblings. Wait, these are grown-ups. What? I do not want to do it, and she guilt trips me by saying that she can't take the job offer if I'm not willing to take care of my bummy and selfish siblings while she's out of the country working. It's not fair. I'm a student. It's not my responsibility to take care of my adult siblings. I have been parentified my entire life, and I don't want to live like this anymore. It doesn't help that my siblings are incredibly disrespectful towards me and continue to treat me worse whenever my mother is not in the house. I defend myself every time I get in a fight with my siblings, but I feel my energy depleting. I need your advice, Deb, please. I'm made to feel as if I'm the villain in this entire situation. I don't know what to do. Okay, this is what you do. You go to school and you look into student housing. Student housing. They all have, usually have some kind of, on-campus dorms or something, but they also have off-campus housing, and private individuals that offer housing to students in multi-tenant type situations. Like say it's a 3-bedroom house and then, 3 people share it. You got your own bedroom, but you share like the living room, dining room, and kitchen kind of thing. I would look into something like that. And then while your mother say, yeah, sure, while she gone, dip out. Leave them there. If they come back and there's no house, sucks for you. Should have got a job. I don't know what to tell you. How there can be any 2 grown men that are able-bodied sitting up there living off of women. That's like a pimp move. Y'all taking care of 2 grown men that sit on their butt and don't do shit. That so would not happen. I don't know if she's dependent or not, but then once she leaves, I don't know what the rules are in Germany for that kind of stuff. She's in a 22 to 27 age group, so I doubt it. She's probably, just a young lady still trying to, go finish up a degree and stuff. Oh, that's what I would suggest. That would be my first stop, okay? Then you can look at renting a room in somebody's house. Sometimes, people have kids and they might want, just babysit the kids or something. I mean, I'm giving you some ideas to look at. I don't know how you feel about small children. But sometimes, you're a student, you might have some extra hours that you could do, cut back on your job and do some hours there or just add that in like on a weekend or something. Spend 4 hours, take the kids to the park or something. I don't know what kind of stuff people are looking for to, help with your expensive housing. That's what I would do. And you only need like a studio apartment. You don't need like, a whole bunch of space. It's just going to be you. So, I don't know how much apartments cost in, where are you? Wherever, in Westphalia, Germany. But, if you have a job and you're a student, you should be able to find something with the assistance of the housing department at your school, at your university. That's what I would suggest. Then when you apply for a job, get one that's apply far away, hundreds of miles away from where you are, and you go there. It could be in another country, another part of Germany. I don't care where it is, but you get the fuck away from these people and make sure they don't even know where you live because the next, they're going to be homeless and looking for you. If you get, I don't know what kind of phones they have over there, like Google numbers and stuff like that they have here, but in some kind of electronic number that, they can call that. Change your cell phone number, change that number, and then don't give it to them. You give them the Google number or whatever the service they offer, that rings like a computer, a web-based phone number system. That's what you give them, and they can leave you a message, and then you can choose to call them back, or not, as it suits you. But they will never be able to track you by your phone. They will never be able to call you on your phone. They will not know where you live, and that to me sounds like a good day. That's the only way you're going to escape this situation, because you've been there and you've been too nice and you didn't know what else to do. But I'm glad you had enough sense to write to me. So that's what it's okay. Yes, Friday. So tomorrow's Friday. Well, I don't know what the days are and the time difference thing, but it might be already at school right now in Germany. But as soon as you can, go to the housing office, tell them your situation, and tell them that you need a room with some other young ladies, and what kind of help they can help you finding a place, and then you move out. Leave them there to figure it out. Your mother says she's not going to take the job. That's her decision. That's not yours. And, you say she can't read or write. What the fuck was she doing all this time that she wasn't learning how to read or write? Just sitting on her butt, depending on you. She could have been in a class learning how to read and write. So she opted not to do that. So the fact that she can't read or write at this late stage of life is her choice. She decided to live her life that way. That's nothing for you to lose sleep over. Okay? She picked that lifestyle for herself. Question number 14. This is a female in the 57 to 65 age group. Sagittarius out of San Francisco. Oh, a homegirl. Not now, but in a few. And check the chat too, young lady. Check the chat, because they have some other ideas in here. I forgot to say that. They got some ideas for you as well. Okay, she says, not now, but in a few years, I'd like to become a foster parent. I have stable housing with an extra bedroom. I think a teenage girl would like being here. She'd have a quiet and peaceful room of her own. I'm interested because I was neglected as a teenager and have friends who grew up in the foster care system. They had terrible experiences. Like the only reason they were fostered was to bring income for the, quote, parents. They had to share a room with up to 3 other foster siblings. I'm a huge fan of yours and definitely align with your message. I'm not dating and not interested in dating. I want to be a positive force in a young woman's life who has a safe home to become an adult, and especially avoid the dusties. Good for you. Do you have thoughts on the topic of foster parenting? I know it's life-changing work. I can provide a safe home and commitment. I know I would need a lot of counseling to provide this. I know my own experience and good intentions are not enough. But there's one thing I know, a young woman needs a room of her own and safety to learn and grow. Oh my God, getting me all choked up. Yeah, my mom did, after we all moved out, my mom got foster kids after she was doing daycare, and she had a couple of foster kids. Just because the house was just empty. I mean, just heard my father knocking around in this 10-room house. It was ridiculous. So, she converted the downstairs to, for daycare use. And then upstairs, she got some foster kids, and they loved it there. First she had boys, and then she switched over to girls when the boys was too hard-headed. But, I appreciate what you're trying to do for the little kids, because I remember when they used to come, man, some of them would be so traumatized, it would take them weeks to relax, be able to sleep at night, because they were scared somebody was going to come and get them, and, just all kinds of stuff had happened to them kids. So, I think this is great. But what you want to do, I wish I could remember the name of the agencies my mother worked with, because she went through a couple of them, and then she decided on this one. But I don't remember the name of it. But anyway, there are agencies, as well as, the city and county of San Francisco offers foster care placement. They will put you through a training program. So, that you're ready, all the rules. They'll assign a social worker to the child. You will have, I think it's every week, the social worker comes and sits down with the kids. They want to make sure that you handle their money right, give them an allowance, what the rules are of the home and stuff like that. They help you come up with positive reinforcement, as well as, repercussions for negative behavior, cutting school, that smoking, that kind of stuff. What else do they do? Yeah, and they have a social worker. They also provide the children with counseling. And sometimes if they're in a situation where they're trying to be, parental reunification, they'll also have family therapy. And you'll be, if they're too young to get there by loan, they'll be expecting you to take them. But you know, in San Francisco, teenagers can take immunity. Shit, you can give them a bus pass, they can go anywhere they want to. But I think that's great because, you know, teenage girls need somebody to be in their corner, somebody to support them and guide them. You know, I try to do as much of that as I can from here, but, you know, it's nothing like having someone just in the next room or somebody, you know, you can lay on the bed. You know, the girls, they like to lay on the bed and talk to you and lay their head on your lap and talk to you and, you know, they do your hair, you do their, you know, that kind of stuff. They like that kind of stuff. And usually in foster care, they don't get that kind of interaction with a caring adult woman. So I think this is very good. Let me just give you a round of applause. I just love this letter. The spirit of this is excellent. But, you know, just write me. I'll check with my brothers and see if they can remember the name of those agencies. And, you know, just write me at survivingdating@gmail.com and let me give me an update on how you're doing. But I think, you know, you apply, you go through the orientation, you apply, and I think they'll be so happy to have you, and you'll do very well. That's my thoughts. Question number 15. This is the last one. You want to adopt a baby? Girl, I don't want no damn baby. Baby scream too much. Yeesh. Ooh, and them diapers. Yeah. I used to call them diaper surprises because you open up the diaper and you never know what's going to be waiting for you. I'm cool. Question 15. Female, 28 to 34 from London, England. Male, 35 to 41 age group. Okay. The guy I'm writing about is amazing. He's attractive and intelligent. Ooh. However, he likes the power play. He likes to be in control. Some examples. He will wait until eye contact. He will reach out first at times. He will give me so much and then he will pull back. He will give all the hints in the world about seeing me, but he won't ask. He will wait until I do. However, when I do suggest a date, he jumps at it and rearranges his schedule to see me. Now, he is definitely not short of female attention and offers, so I have concluded that he does want to see me and he does want me in his life, so why behave this way towards me? I've never come across this sort of behavior before. It has been around 10 months now. He is 100% single. This I know for sure. Any ideas what could be going on here? What are his reasons for acting like this? Well, y'all put your ideas in there too. So lady, you know, you hear what I'm going to say, then you look over here and see what they have to say too. I'm going to say this. I mean, he enjoys your company and all that kind of stuff, but not enough to where he misses you. Not enough where he's looking, you know, he's just sitting around thinking about you, wanting to be with you, wanting to smell your hair, wanting to hold your hand, wanting to kiss and hug on you. He's not like that. It's not that kind of party. You are, I mean, somebody, you know, I mean, it's better than being by yourself. Don't have nothing else to do that day. And you call and you offer something interesting and enticing and entertaining to do, he's going to say, yeah, that sounds good. That sounds fun. Let's do that. Would I want to be around a man like this? Nope. I would not want to waste my time. Because I would feel like, see, one thing Deborah does not do is chase men. And this would make me feel like I was chasing him. Even though he responds positively, you know, he never makes any effort. Nothing is coming from him. You know, that's just like a one-sided relationship. I feel like I was dragging him along or something. Like he's like a dog on a leash. You know how the dogs they don't want to walk with you. They want to sit down and stuff, and you got to drag them, and then they kind of go a couple of steps. Then they be resisting the leash and pulling back and all stuff. See, that's the kind of stuff that I'm picturing in my mind he's doing to you. And you just keep on the leash, pulling, and he take a couple of steps in your direction every once in a while, and then he sit back down, and then you just pull. To me, that's the image I got from this letter of a dog on a leash and you doing that. So would I be wasting my time with this? I mean, I guess if you don't have nothing else to do, but don't expect anything from it. Don't be trying to get your emotions involved. Don't be falling in love. It's never going to be a relationship. It's not like that. He doesn't like you like that. You're just something to do. Okay? But you know, like I said, you look over here and see what they got to say. And they'll be adding their interpretations as well. So you look and see they say. Okay, now the final letter of today. Ooh, y'all, I made it. I made it through 16 letters. This is what, an hour and a half? I would normally have done like 22 letters by now, but I'll get back into it slowly but surely. Okay, this is our final question of the day. Question number 16. We'll be back on Tuesday for another What the Fuck Tuesday. And I just want to remind everybody that may have missed it. If you want to submit your question for consideration for the next week or week after's column, just look on the show right there in the show description, click the link, and it says get advice, get free advice, something like that. Anyway, you click that link and fill out the form and press send, and it'll go over to Candace for review. It's in the show description. It's also up at the top. Wait, over here. There's like a little button at the top of the YouTube channel that says, get advice, and you can also do that. Okay, so here's our final question of the day. Female 35 to 41 from Stroud, Gloucestershire. Isn't that in Scotland? Gloucestershire. Oh, that's the longest name in the world. Okay, male 42 to 42. So she's 35 to 41, and he's 42 to 49. Got it. I have been single by choice, not for lack of opportunity, for the past 5 years, but have recently met someone and miraculously got that feeling. I thought I was past it. We just click. I keep waiting for a dick move, but nothing has come. Oh. Aside from the fact that we both have kids from previous relationships, the other thing that's making me hesitant is that he's 9 years older than me. Has anyone ever written to you about an age gap this big before? We share similar interests, but his friends are all older than me, and even though I'm pushing 40 and him 50, I noticed the difference. Has it been a deal breaker for anyone? I really, really like him, but I'm trying to have my head screwed on and no love goggles or evaluate things from my head. Kids, houses, and lives will all change if we move forward together, and I really don't want it to go south again. But you don't have any control over that, honey. You just don't have to accept it is what it is. You don't say how long you've been dealing with this guy. Usually women are just real quick to trot that part out. I've been with him for 16 hours. It's been 3 days. It's been 6 weeks. You didn't put that, so you leave me, with a big question mark for how well you know this guy to be thinking this way. But, you seem to be primarily stuck on the age gap. That's nothing. Your ass is old. Did you look in the mirror lately? It's now 9 years if you like 16 and a person in their mid-20s. Well, then, yeah, that's a big gap. That's, there's a big change in maturity and life experience and what's going on in your lives and all kind of stuff. 1 plus 1's a minor and 1's not. That's different, okay? By the time you 20 into 29 is a big deal, okay? 30 to 39 is less of a big deal, but, Okay, but you 40 now, and he's 49. You got kids, you've been in relationships, you've been married, you finished school, you got a job, you got your house, you got all kind of stuff. You're an adult. He's an adult. So you worried about 9 years age gap. Why? Why is that your key focus? Your focus should be on what kind of man he is. Is he going to be somebody good for your kids to be around? Start looking at you meeting his friends and stuff, but you're not saying nothing about, what kind of values this man has. I mean, it's nice that he's intelligent and he's all these kind of things and he's good conversation and you have similar interests and he's got some nice friends, but what kind of person is he to have around children? Is he patient? Is he kind? Is he thoughtful? Will he be able to teach them anything? Is he going to be the kind that yells at them and gets easily frustrated? How does he handle anger? Have you ever pissed him off? That's the only thing to do. You need to do that if you haven't. You need to see what he's like when he gets mad. Stuff like that. That's the kind of stuff you should be focusing on more so than the fact that it's 9 years older. It's not like you're going to be having no babies, so stop worrying about it. It don't make no sense. Shit, you should be happy his ass is old. You don't have to worry about him trying to say, I want to have another child. Okay? That's what I got to say. That's what I got to say about that. Don't worry about that. Focus on other stuff that's way more important than 9 years in age difference. Oh, it's in England? Oh, okay. It just says Stroud, Gloucestershire, whatever. So it didn't say a country. Colleen, look at the last video that was done on Sunday. It says Black Women and Strokes. You look at that, it'll tell you My whole story is in there for anyone who missed it. This is what the cover of the video looks like. Okay. Because if you didn't know why I was gone, there it is. That's the whole story is in there. Okay. But anyway, I think I made it through okay. I am tired. I can feel my throat starting to get tired. And, you know, we'll be back for the next one. I was just thinking about doing something for over the weekend, but I don't know if I'll be up to it. I think I'll just wait. I don't want to push myself. So you guys will see me then on next Tuesday. Next Tuesday, I will definitely be here for the next What the Fuck Tuesday at 6 p.m. sharp Pacific time. It's 9 if you're on the East Coast. Submit your questions, as we said, by looking at the show description down below. Thanks you guys so much for your support and care and concern for me during my trials and tribulations. Love you. Glad to be back. I'll see you guys on Tuesday.